So let me tell you a story from a few months ago. I am at my gym, and at my gym, I see a couple. The girl is quite physically attractive, but the guy is not. To be blunt, he is quite unattractive. But considering they are together, there might be something in this guy. So I decide that I want to talk to him because I want to know his personality. After thinking about it for some time, I approach this couple. The girl is exercising and the guy is helping him. He was setting the machine for him, and not in some simpy way, by the way. He was setting the machine for her, he was telling her what to do, how to exercise, and the girl was doing everything the guy was telling. So I asked the guy, how many sets do you have left? And the guy says, a couple more sets. I ask him if I can use the plates on the side of the machine, and he says, sure. He removes those plates, gives those plates to me, and I say thank you. He says welcome and gives me a very warm, very wholesome sort of smile. That was the only interaction I had with the guy, unfortunately. But the way I saw this guy changed completely. My first impression of him was not very great, but now I think that he is such a wholesome, such a friendly sort of guy. What happened to me just now is called the reverse halo effect. So, halo effect is basically when you see someone physically attractive and your brain just assumes that that person must be rich, that person must be intelligent, that person must be kind and generous and talented. The reverse halo effect is the opposite of this. When you see someone rich, talented, kind, generous, your brain links those things to being physically more attractive. Now you might think, wait a minute, how does this work? Because aren't your looks supposed to be about your looks? Dr. Thomas Smithyman, who is an expert on this topic, has the answers.
And neuroscience gives us a useful clue. So brain activity in the medial orbitofrontal cortex, part of the brain that is linked to rewards, lights up both when we see attractive faces and when we observe kind behavior. In other words, beauty and kindness are processed in similar ways in the brain. On the other hand, the insular cortex, which is involved with negative emotions, responds to both unattractive faces and selfish behavior. So this overlap in brain responses might explain partly why we often find positive people more attractive, and why personality can impact how attractive someone seems.
There are a lot of studies proving that you can become physically more attractive without changing anything about your looks. I will go through some of them right now, and the first one is when researchers took a bunch of people and asked them to rate a photo. These people know nothing about the person in the photo, so the ratings they give is going to be pretty unbiased. They repeated the same experiment, but this time, instead of just giving a photo, they also give a positive description. The description can be anything from a few words like kind and generous and talented and rich and intelligent to a whole freaking story about how a person went to his job and he saw a homeless person and helped the person with some money or something. So people were supposed to read the description and then rate the photo. Now when I say rate the photo, I mean they were supposed to rate how physically attractive they are, not how likable they are, not how friendly they are. Their physical appearance, their looks, they were supposed to rate that. And the average rating of all the people on their physical attractiveness went up. They repeated the same experiment, but this time they gave a negative description. Like this person stole some money or this person is pretty selfish. And as you can expect, the average rating of all the people went down. There was also another experiment where instead of only asking strangers to rate these people, they also asked the people who know these people in real life to rate these people. So first they got ratings from strangers, and because they don't know the person in the photo, they will give a fair, unbiased opinion. Then they go to the people who know these people in real life and ask them to rate how physically attractive they are. Physically attractive, not how likable they are. And as you can expect, the ratings of some people went down and the ratings of other people went up. People who had a bad personality, people who did mean things, who did selfish things, in general the ratings went down, and people who had a nice personality, the ratings went up. There was also another experiment where a group of students were supposed to go into a 6-week summer archaeology course. Basically something like a 6-week summer camp. And these students, they don't know each other. So on day 1, they were supposed to rate how attractive other people are. Again, how physically attractive they are, not their personality because they don't even know these people. So all the students rate each other. And they were supposed to rate on a scale of 1 to 9, not 1 to 10. The reason might be because if you ask someone to rate someone out of 1 to 10, most people will say 7. Because 7 is like a safe number. It is like saying that you don't look like a model or something, you're not very attractive, but you're not ugly. You are pretty above average, I guess. But on a scale of 1 to 9, 7 is a little too high, 6 is a little too low. So you can get a more accurate rating. Either someone is attractive or that person is not. Nothing in between. So on day 1, they rate each other. Throughout the whole 6 weeks, they interact with each other. They talk to each other, they get to know their personalities, And at the end of 6 weeks, they were again supposed to rate each other, again on their physical attractiveness, not their personality. And the ratings fluctuated significantly. In one case, a girl went from being 3.25 out of 9, which is basically saying you are unattractive, to being a 7 out of 9, which is pretty fucking attractive. Just for reference, 7 out of 9 is basically 7.8 out of 10. She literally more than doubled her attractiveness just based on her personality. In these studies, it was also found that females are more influenced by non physical traits, basically personality, compared to men. And the key traits in personality are honesty, kindness, warmth, positivity, optimism, which means that you should smile more. Being happy not only makes you happy, it makes you more attractive. It also has a lot of mental health benefits if you care about that. Now, how to be happy? Just start doing some drugs. Okay, so on a serious note, if you want to instantly become more happy, even a fake smile with a fake, confident body language can make you more happy. There is a lot of scientific data proving this, but basically, your brain and body are connected. When you're happy, you smile, but when you smile, you also get happy. Even when you give a fake smile, the happiness hormones are going to be released in your brain, which is going to make you feel happy. And in terms of your expression, even a fake smile seems more friendly compared to a normal plain face. So that was the first thing, your personality. The second thing is your environment. But before talking about that, I also do coaching calls on how to grow your personality, how to become a better, healthier human being, and the link for that is in the description. So back to the topic, your environment. So in an experiment, a group of people were supposed to rate images and they got the ratings. They repeated the same thing, but this time they were first supposed to see some disgusting images and then they were supposed to rate people, and the average rating of all the people went down. They also repeated this with the smell. When people were supposed to smell something nice and then rate the photos, the average rating of all the photos went up. When people were supposed to smell something disgusting and then rate photos, the average rating of all the photos went down. So, what does this mean? When you surround yourself with beautiful things, people see you as more attractive. When you go to some shady, gloomy place, all the walls are quite dark, there is some broken light on top of your head, there is some disgusting smell all around, you seem physically less attractive. But when you go to some bright place, some fancy house, some fancy restaurant, there is a lot of sunlight, it looks pretty aesthetic, you seem more physically attractive. And to use this knowledge, when you're supposed to meet someone, first of all, don't stink. Second, wear some nice clothes because even if you're physically not attractive, wearing attractive clothes can make you look more attractive. And third, go to some aesthetic place. Doesn't have to be a fancy restaurant. Even a nice park or something connected to nature, something beautiful, that works as well. The next thing is supposed to be emotional regulation. Basically, the ability to control your emotions. Not only it makes you more attractive, research shows that people with high emotional regulation also have a more stable relationship. And the way I understand it is that people who are not emotionally regulated, they are immature. They sometimes speak very loudly for no reason. They get angry easily, they get hurt easily. They will ask for help for all the small things, and if you say no, they are hurt. They are angry at you, they won't talk to you. Even if you physically look good, but you act like a child who cannot control his emotions, you will start irritating people around you. And that is going to make you less attractive in general. And how to control your emotions? Meditation is the best method. Now, when I say meditation, a lot of people think that they are supposed to sit at some place and close their eyes and start focusing on their breath or something. That is one way to meditate, but not the only way. There is also extrospective form of meditation, basically being present in the current moment. When you are going somewhere, start walking slowly and notice your surroundings. The plants around you, the people, the animals, all these things. When you are eating food, don't use your phone, focus on the food. Focus on the taste and savor the taste. When watching YouTube videos, don't go to the comments, don't see all these nonsense videos around you. Make this video full screen and focus on the video. It also has a lot of other benefits for your brain, so it is like a win-win situation. Next thing is supposed to be self-love, self-esteem, your self-image. Personality is supposed to be more of a surface thing. You can fake it with enough practice, but self-love goes much deeper than that. Even if you physically look good, you start attracting people, but you don't have self-love, you will feel like you don't deserve it and you will fuck things up. There are people who, when you compliment them, they cannot take it. They will try to convince you that they don't deserve this compliment. When you touch these people, they get very uncomfortable. They get kind of shocked because, in a weird way, they are disgusted by their own body. A lot of times, they will start making jokes on themselves, they will roast themselves, which makes them look insecure, and insecurity is repulsive. And by these people, I also mean myself. I used to look pretty unattractive. I improved my looks, but I didn't work on my self image. On the surface, I got more physically attractive, but deep down, I still saw myself as this shy, ugly kid. And because of that, my behavior around people was pretty fucked up. I would act as if I am ugly, and people would slowly start losing their respect for me. I have had a lot of people in different places saying that when they first saw me, they saw me as some silent guy who looks quite intelligent. But then they got to know me, and their perception is pretty fucked up now. The next thing is supposed to be having a social life. So there are five reasons for it to work. First one is the primal reason. So humans are supposed to be social creatures. When you have a lot of friends, it is like an indication that when you face some difficulty, when something happens to you, there are going to be people who will help you. It makes you seem more reliable. The second reason, the opposite of having a social life, is being antisocial and having no life. And you wouldn't watch a video on how to become more attractive if you don't care about people. Like, what is the point of being attractive if you don't want to just talk to people, if you don't want to go out? You want to become more social, and that is the reason you're watching this video. The third reason, having a social life improves your personality a lot. Things like your confidence, your body language, your choice of words, you slowly start absorbing these things from the people around you. And the fourth reason, having a vibrant social life is an indication that I have a lot of interesting things going on behind the scenes. And if you join me, you will get to experience those things. Your life will become more interesting. And the fifth reason, popularity and attractiveness are directly correlated. Attractive people are popular because a lot of people want to talk to them. But if you're popular, people will see you as more attractive. And being popular doesn't require you to be attractive. If you go to some place and all the people there know you, a lot of people say hi to you, smile towards you, some people give you high five or something, you are quite popular. If you go to school or college or even work, start talking to all the people there. That is what I did. I got a new job, and at that new job, I started talking to all the people there. No exception. I talked to all sorts of people, starting from the most beautiful social girl to the most introverted shy guy like me. And that changed my life. When having lunch, people have their own groups, right? So a lot of times I would be invited by multiple groups simultaneously. As soon as I walk into the office, a lot of people smile towards me, say hello, fist bump me. Even as an introvert, it is such a nice, such a wholesome experience to have. And if you want to know more about it, check out this video. If you want me to help you one to one, then check out the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.